say it's like day 235. Hoping that's right. Wow. Let's do that. Let's do this. That probably didn't help any at all, but let's hope it did. I am fixing to drive back home. I dropped off one of my guys. I actually dropped off a different one of my guys. I actually don't have Buster. Instead, I had Scott and his wife and his kids. The wrestling event went really well, and what went even better than the wrestling event, I guess they're gonna all wait on me, okay. What went better was the fact that a bunch of our wrestlers at the end of the night did the ice bucket challenge, and so did some of the fans. And the owner, let me twist that. The owner decided to be cool, and he don't know how to do a ton of computer stuff, but he knows how to book people, and he knows how to get a crowd into things. And he told them, "Hey, y'all do this challenge, and I'll fork up the money." So I am fixing to get home, and he gave me said closed amount. I'm going to put said closed amount and a big old letter from us saying, "Hey, this is what a couple of our wrestlers and this is what a couple of our fans did. We want to support what y'all are doing." And to be real honest, I don't care if we're just wanting to help little kids or wanting to help big adults. I know it was for Lou Gehrig's disease, but I think it's important that hopefully most of us, and I've been Facebooked, would learn to not just do this ice bucket challenge, but would learn that we need to start being nicer to each other, because you never know how long you're going to get to hang out on this planet. Now, with that said, the problem with that is too many people, I'm just as bad, raise my hand, drink the Kool-Aid and think they're just too cool for school, and then therein lies our problem. But I did think it was awfully cool. I went out and did a real bad no-no. I went out and broke the fourth wall, is what we will call it, because that's what they call it in acting. And I went out and waved and said, "Hey, let me say something really nice. We've got, my real name really is Michael. I really am head of talent here at Mid-South Wrestling. I am not supposed to say that in front of crowds, especially since I am the bad guy and they know, hey, next event, please boo me." I did go over it with them. But more importantly than me going out and doing that and letting our crowd know, hey, we appreciate them. This is why we're doing this challenge. We want them to understand the whys. We want them to understand that we're trying to build a bigger crowd, that we're trying to bring better wrestling to them. And that crowd needed to hear it from an old timer. And yes, I'm calling myself an old timer, even though I'm barely in my 40s. In the sport, I am. I started when I was 20. That's a whole bunch of freaking years. That not only did they need to hear that, but all them guys that were back there in the back that have been working and busting their butts for the past few months needed to hear that. I think it is super important to treat everybody the way you would want to be treated. And I got to do that at this event. I got to entertain them, give them someone to yell at, and then at the end of the day, I got to tell them, hey, this is who I really am, this is who we really are as a group of guys, and this is what we really want to do and to accomplish. And it's days like this that I'm hoping that my kids, when they find my videos, Daddy's really hoping that this is the video y'all find. I want you to know who I was. I'm not out here for numbers on YouTube. I'm not super famous. I will probably not even in the wrestling with what I want to do and help all these guys get better. I will probably never get to do what I would actually like to do. To be real honest with everybody that watches, I would really, really like to have one more match before actually quitting, even though I had my last match with Outlaw and it went the way I wanted it to go. And it's really only going to be 2 different people on the planet, and it'll probably never happen. But I know that there are going to be, besides my kids, there are going to be some of the younger guys that I wrestle with that even if you don't get to wrestle with that, whoever that person is, reach for it, try it. Don't be that guy that's gonna sit on the couch, or even that girl if you're watching. Don't be that girl that's gonna sit there on the couch and I'm just gonna let life pass me by. I know not everybody, but some of the people that watch the videos, you have no idea how much I hurt on the inside from being stupid enough to climb into this sport at my size during the age group that I went through it with, during the time period that I went through it with. There wasn't cruiserweights. There wasn't I'm Mr. Cool. There was me and a guy named the 123 Kid, and he did it on a national level. And here in Oklahoma, I took the beating of a lifetime because I was stupid enough to not tell them guys no. Kill me. I'm a professional wrestler. Everybody can laugh at me. This is what I'm going to do. And no, I didn't become super rich. Yeah, I hurt all the time. But it has allowed me to help so many other people that I would have never. And I try to learn things like that, even though I'm in my 40s. And I know, hey, Michael tries to watch his potty mouth all the time. And I have an issue there. But I really do go to church. I really do try to do the right things by a ton of different people. And I'm really happy with who Michael is. And, in my 20s, I didn't like that guy at all. That guy was a complete ass that everybody loved, and I don't know why. I'm just being honest. And I'm serious. This is the video I want my kids to see. When you're big and you understand. And yeah, you may accidentally see it while you're little, thumbing through some stuff, but I'm hoping that when you're big, that this is the day that sticks out. Daddy got to not only go to church, Daddy got to hang out with his wrestling buddies and have a whole bunch of fun today. And on the days that I don't have y'all, that's Daddy's passion. It's what I want to do. I enjoy hanging out with all the people up at church. I enjoy going out and hanging out with my wrestling buddies. I enjoy entertaining the fans, whether I'm the good guy or the bad guy, or that I have to go out there and break the fourth wall and say, hey, let's get behind this cause. This is what I want my kids to know. And I know I'm getting mushy, and I know I'm pushing 10 minutes, and I know a lot of y'all won't really watch it, but maybe accidentally my kids will. And it's never been about numbers to me. Some videos I have, my DDP video, yoga, hey, I tried it, this is what I thought. They have excellent numbers. Some of my vlogs, I'm lucky to have maybe one person view one, and then others I've had 100 people come up and tell me, hey, I watched that, even though it only says you had 7 people watch it. So, I'm not perfect. You want me to prove I'm not perfect? It's 10 minutes into my vlog, and I'll raise my hand and I'll tell y'all, for 2.5 years, I haven't said 3 words to my baby brother. And to be real honest, I don't know that he'll ever watch one of these. And it isn't that I can't forgive him for what he did, because I have. It's just that when you get to act that way, you don't get to hang out with them. And, you know, my mother's all, hey, you need to not be that way. And it's like, well, I'm sorry, you're the one that made me that way. You're the one that broke me. You're the one that every time something little happened to me, you blew it off. You was like, yeah, whatever, you're the oldest, whatever. And then you expect me to treat everybody else with little baby gloves. I know I'm just rambling by now. That's the other thing I want my kids to know. Yeah, Daddy was cuckoo. I was crazy. I like to talk. I like to hear myself talk. And I know you shouldn't do that. But I do know, whether they see this 2 days from now or they see this 20 years from now, I hope that both of them realize, hey, Daddy loves you. And I'm sorry that, you didn't get to meet the other two. And that you probably won't meet them until heaven. And yeah, Daddy's a big, I don't, my cup is half full or half empty, ish, depending on what the subject is. And to be real honest with you, Daddy's happy I got a cup. So, I know the lighting has been funny during this whole video. I've been trying to fight it some, in order to help the way I'm driving and the where I'm driving. It's been kind of awkward. And because I've reached 12 minutes, I'll get off of here. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow for, I think, Vlogust 25th, I think. I won't know until I get home and check my numbers. But I will talk to y'all when I can.